Hey guys, what's up? This is Dani SPX coming to you to talk to you about why trading SPX hits different. Okay, it hits way different than trading any other ticker. If you've ever noticed, the way that you trade Apple and Tesla is not the same way that you would trade SPX. So we're going to get into the logistics of it with this video and just kind of break it down a little bit so that you can become a proficient SPX trader. One thing I bet you didn't know is that SPX is not a stock. SPX is not a stock, and it literally is all of the companies that represent the United States in a whole. So this is the reason why SPX moves like clearer, faster, more precise, higher liquidity than other stocks that you normally trade, because other stocks that you normally trade are representing just that company, you know, what that company is doing, their earnings, etc. SPX represents what a group of companies is doing. Here's another reason why SPX hits different, because you can't buy shares of SPX. If no one's told you that, you're not able to purchase shares of SPX. You're trading derivatives, okay? It's cash settled, end of the day, boom, boom, bam. One thing about SPX is like when your trade moves 10 points, your trade could explode in the right direction or in the wrong direction, and it comes with heavy loss or it comes with heavy wins. A lot of volatility, very good movement, but it's very, 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 very important to time your trades and know exactly when you're getting in and exactly when you're going to get out. When it comes to SPX, you're not just competing with other retail traders. There are hedge fund people over there. There's institutional orders. Big banks, big money deal with SPX. So you're over on the big money ticker. And you best believe you need to know exactly what you're doing when you're trading it, because you're trading against people where this is their career and you might have just got here 3 seconds ago. So of course they know a little quick 1-2-1-2, how to alley oop, etc., so that they can score the point and you end up losing. Exactly. That's why you see a lot of liquidity sweeps on SPX, because literally liquidity is always looking to be swept to fill these big orders by institutions to be able to carry out their move to the upside or the downside, whichever side they prefer at the time. And that's why you see liquidity sweeps on SPX more than you do any other ticker. So SPX, she has her own times that she likes to, do her big one, okay? And so we're going to cover some of those times here. 9:30 being one of them, 9:30 a.m. EST, 11:30 a.m. EST. There's another time. I know when we have like data releases, PPI and those types of things, but power hour. We all know about power hour. But in that moment I was just like, and what's the other time? 2:30. A lot of us like 2:30, and a lot of us like from 3 to 4. But power hour, those are the times to trade, because that's where the bigger moves come, and that's where it's easier for your orders to get filled and you to make the most difference in your portfolio. It's during that time. The cool thing about it is once you start recognizing the rhythm of SPX, like you and her will be able to do a dance like no other. So it is something that's a ticker that you really have to get used to. But then once you get used to it, there's a lot of predictability in it. And I guess the main gains for, big money and for you, once you catch her rhythm, will be the newbies that think that they can trade her on 1 week into the market and then lose thousands and thousands of dollars trying to trade her. Their liquidity is your payout because you finally mastered the movement of her and how she goes. And they haven't found my YouTube video yet. I'm telling you, let me, here we go. So get my lighting right. I am telling you, SPX will humble you, okay? Because the moves are clean, it brings nice money, but at the same time, the moves can be brutal if you are trying to predict how she's going to act, if you're trying to act like you're the boss hog of whatever, you really got to let the market come to you. And we say this all the time in the trading world, that you don't predict the market, you let the market tell you where it's going. But every now and again, every trader has this moment, especially after some green days, where you can't tell them nothing. And they'll go ahead and go to a ticker or whatever the case is, and they'll put their kahunas on the table and be like, yeah, I got it. Or, yeah, I'm a sniper. And then literally SPX will be like, yeah, you say you snipe me, but do you really snipe me? Exactly. But the one thing about it is, don't ever revenge trade on SPX. Honestly, the best thing that you can do is to wait for her reversals anyways. I talk about that on my TikTok. Wait for her reversals. That's it. And that literally can save you time, effort, money, and everything else. That can save you from having egg on your face. Just wait for when you see a clear, concise reversal. I also talk about the reversals on my podcast show, so you should check that out. One of the most important things that you need to know for SPX is about liquidity. You need to know about market structure, and you need to have your timing down just right. You need to understand where liquidity sits, because I guarantee you that's what SPX is looking for when she is trading, nothing more, nothing less. Also looking for the ability to make new all-time highs. So out of liquidity, searches, filling orders to move in the intended direction, we're looking to make new highs all the time on the SPX. This is what I was explaining on one of my TikTok videos. The United States wants for us to continue to be the biggest and the baddest and the best, have the top dog, top notch market, etc. So we're always looking to go up in our stock market. We're never looking to decrease or go down. That's not ever the plan. Now it can happen because of the sentiments and because people may not feel as confident in our market, etc. But the United States is always striving and aiming for things to go upwards. So as I wrap this up, one of the biggest things that will help you is knowing where liquidity is. Honestly, knowing about fair value gaps will help as well. So I just want to say that. So trading SPX, it does hit different. It does require a different level of mental preparation. It also requires that you really have consistency and you stick to particular setups, and you're not just all over the chart, just, oh, SPX shot up, I'm ready to get into a call, or SPX went down, I'm ready to get into a put. Those types of things, you have to be aware of that. But once you have the hang of it, she's really, really a decent stock for trading. Okay. So you should be putting your time and effort into you learning how to master SPX. When you first come into the game, you should get your feet wet with like IWM, SPY, QQQ, and other tickers, that give you a week for the play to play out. And then you get used to SPX and you see what SPX has to offer you. So, yeah, that's everything in a nutshell in regards to SPX and how she hit different. But thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube. Be sure to check out Day Trading with Dani on all major platforms. Be sure to check out my Discord for more learning content, bonding, and growing, especially the free side. You don't even have to join the pay side. Join the free side. And then definitely make sure that you check out my Twitter and my TikTok. Okay. Dani_SPX7 is the name of my TikTok. It's the name of my Twitter. It's the name of my Instagram. Just check me out. Thank you again for tuning in to my YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I hope that this video just kind of opened your eyes a little bit in regards to SPX and how you could really come out on top with trading her. All right. Stay green.